Okay, now let's put it all together. As you can see, all that's left now is to apply costs and determine other components of the T account demonstration and the cost of production report. And those are going to be cost per equivalent units, and then apply cost to our transferred out, this amount right here. And then what we want to do is calculate the cost associated with the ending inventory 2,000 units that remain incomplete. Okay, so we'll just start with the T account because it's easiest, in my opinion. We'll add direct material costs. Okay, it says in your book that we added $40,000 of direct materials into the process. Notice everything's starting to calculate because this next number, it's all entered and everything else calculates for us. We'll just go over it. In your book, and it likes to do this, is separate labor and overhead. Remember, labor and overhead equals conversion costs. Your total labor and overhead was $46,000. Again, remember, we didn't have any beginning inventory. And all that changes there is we just need to know the number of units in beginning inventory and the cost, and boom, we've got it. It's all done. Okay, let's just take a look at what we've got now. So we calculated our equivalent units. Direct materials equivalent units is 10,000. Our conversion costs are 60% complete. And we end up with an inventory less than 2,000. So we end up with total equivalent units of 9,200. Now we're going to apply costs to come up with a cost per equivalent unit. The cost per equivalent unit for direct materials is $4. The cost for direct materials for conversion is $5. That equals $9. So if we wanted to, we could put a little addition here and put this out at $9. Because what happens is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cost out the materials and conversion costs of the finished goods that are transferring out. And those 8,000 units equal $72,000 even. Okay, so looking down here at transferred out, 32,000 of direct materials transferred out and 40,000 units transferred out. So we calculate transferred out by multiplying 10,000 times, or 8,000 times $4 to get 32, 8,000 times $5 to get 40. Those are our total transferred out unit costs. Now what we want to do is cost out this $2,000 that's here, and we can see that that's 14,000. How do we do that? Well, the 2,000 in ending inventory times $4 equals $8,000. So of that 14,000, 8,000 is direct materials that have been put into the product probably at the beginning of the process. Here we have 1,200 units at $5 each, and we have $6,000 in costs associated with those 12,000 units that are partially complete. Total of 8, 6, 14, and we are in balance. The journal entry to the next department will be the transferred out only. So we will debit work in process department 2, or the next department, for $72,000, and we will credit work in process department 1 for the $32,000. Now let's look at the cost of production report. What do we need to do? Well, let's put the direct material cost right here. That's the 40,000. And then it tells you, again in the book, it separates direct labor and manufacturing. And our direct labor cost was $27,600. And our manufacturing overhead was $18,400. At that point, let's see if we can digest this report here. Remember, inputs equal outputs. Notice over here, total outputs equals the total inputs. But where did those inputs go? Okay, first off, for direct materials, transferred out units is $32,000, right? Right here, $32,000. That's the 8,000 units times the $4. Ending inventory, 2,000 total units in direct materials times $4 equals 8,000. And again, that's 40,000. For conversion units, we had 9,200, 8,000 and 1,200 respectively. So you can see where the math comes from. 8 times 3, 24, 12 times 3 is 36. Carry the numbers over. 8,000 times 2 is 16. 1,200 by 2 is 24. And on we go. And again, the real key here is total outputs equal the total inputs. How much is transferred out? $72,000 right there. And that's where you get your journal entry from. And that completes a cost of production report with my little help of looking at it as an account in the accounting system and then making the journal entry. Our next process will be a complete problem, but we're going to have beginning inventory as well.